An ordinary start to an ordinary day, with the usual phone call from the government telling me it's my civic duty to attempt to pull the sword out of the stone tomorrow, Tuesday, 10 a.m. at the corner of Mary Street and Popping Lane, letting me know to wear comfortable shoes as the length of the wait time may vary. Ugh! I mumble into the mouthpiece as I listen to the message and begin my first attempt to get out of bed. The first attempt fails, which happens most mornings lately, so I simply wait for the message to be over. I'm pretty sure it was trying to do too many things at once. Yes, only 2 things. That's my reason for being stuck in an embrace of warmth and utter coziness that is my bed, and no other reason. The message ends, I put my phone down, blink at the ceiling, and think to myself, another sword pulling? They were more fun when I was 11. I should probably get out of bed at some point today. 4 tries later, I'm at the edge of my bed, driven by the anger that lies beneath my shirt, growling at me, demanding to be fed. Standing up from my bed, I am nearly at my kitchen. My small apartment is tastefully decorated with a chaotic whirlwind of things I like, another bric-a-brac. In the kitchen, my ordinary morning, with my ordinary cereal of warrior breakfast, is rudely interrupted by a small buzzing noise. The phone begins to dance around the kitchen counter, hopping to life and seemingly coming at me as I reach for it, only to attempt to flee with the next buzz. I know who it is, even if the name wasn't flashing on the screen. Hello, Mom, I say with a mouthful of food, knowing she'll understand my food-filled gibberish. What? Hello? Runabout? Is that you? My mother asks in a confused voice. Frowning at being proven wrong by my mother's abilities, I swallow my food. Yes, Mom, it's me. I just had some food in my mouth. I say back as I take another big bite. What's up? I say food gibberishly. Huh? Mom says, but before I answer, she continues. Did you get your day in time for the sword pulling? Once again, I go to answer, only to have her continue. Your father and I have tomorrow at Mary and Poppin. Do you need a ride? She knows the answer to all the questions she's asked, since families tend to be called in groups to help with traffic. Everyone must attempt the sword pulling once they reach the age of 11. Not sure what's so magical about 11. Unless you're an elf, then it's 150. I pause to see if she'll answer this question too. Also, my mouth was full, and I wasn't in a rush to finish my bite of food. Hello? Are you there? My mom bellows into the phone because we all know that talking louder is what makes you more understandable. I say back, letting her know that I'm still online, begrudgingly hastening my jaw, making all the finished sound one makes after coming to the end of a meal. You know the sound. It's like a smacking lip sound with a mixed in it. Don't make me make the sound. Nobody wants to hear that. Yes, I need a ride. Please. Remember to dress nicely. Who knows, you might be destined. I can hear the smile on her face as she says this into the phone. Mom, I won't be destined. I'm 33 and all destined seem to be under the age of 20, except for like that one halfling guy who was like 50. But I'm pretty sure his uncle pulled some strings. Oh, I remember that journey. I believe he had to destroy some jewelry. How exciting. Just imagine the sights. Oh, and his book was amazing. They made it into a movie, you know. I believe his friend wrote it. As she trails off, telling me the details of the halfling's adventure, I interrupt. Also, I say louder to get her attention, I have 2 parents. Most lucky destined have 1 parent, and more often than not, they have no parents at all. I pause before asking, there isn't some health issue you or dad are having that you haven't told me yet, right? Goddess, no. I just want my little girl to look nice. Would you do it for me? She asks. Fine. I love you. I gotta go get ready for work. I say to my mom, not wanting to argue this early in the morning. I just finished my cereal. It's not fighting food, even if its brand name has warrior in it. I hang up the phone. Slowly shuffling, I make my way to the pink bathroom. It's not even a nice pink color. It is the same color of that medicine potion you take when you have upset stomach, Presto-Bismol. I've been here 10 years and I still squint my eyes every morning, trying to minimize the soul-crushing pain of this pink. Finally being acclimated to the bathroom, I look in the mirror to see my face. A beautiful blob of skin tones and creepy whitish blurby blobs where my eyes are. My hair seems to be a mass of its own shape, sticking out in fun and new directions that hair probably shouldn't do. But who am I to argue with my hair? We have to coexist, and I don't want a bad hair day. I know it'll help. Where are they? I look around the countertop. Huzzah, I proclaim, as I find my contact lenses and put one of them in my eyes. Ow, son of a she-werewolf! I yell at no one as my eyes burn. Apparently deciding they're under attack, they release all the tears. Fine then, I say to my lens case. I'll just wear glasses. They're nice to me. I stick out my tongue, like the adult that I am, and put my glasses on. Better, I say triumphantly. Some might say you should just get LASIK or get some 20/20 Daily Magic eye wash ruins. I would answer them simply. Give me the money for them and I would. My insurance barely covers anything. Looking back in the mirror, I see my slightly aged face staring back at me. Some people say that I have a glow about me, a radiant personality. I don't see it. Even smiling, I can see the weights behind my eyes. My gaze falls from the mirror with the thought, life has not gone the way I thought it would. I sigh, bringing my attention back to the mirror. Today's going to be a good day. I lie to myself. I arrive at work with 2 minutes to spare. Unlike the building as I usually do every morning, I step into the space that is our lovely waiting room. Everything is the color of inoffensiveness. You know the color. You're probably picturing it right now. Brown, beiges, other browns. I quickly walk inside and over to my desk. I have 2 minutes to turn off the alarm before a puff of petrification instantly fills the room and the cops are called. It happened once before. All I can say is it was very effective. Finding the stone panel behind the faux wall, I press the symbols in the correct order and spray it with some salt water. Salt water works to help break spells for us Muniziers, beings who aren't Magiziers, and lack the knowledge to shape the natural circummelee energy in the air into words. I take a seat at my desk. I'm the office manager for the 3 small offices behind the shut doors around me. One is rented out by a gentleman who likes to wear a long brown coat. He's a Magizier. He calls himself a wizard, which is a little old and traditional if you ask me. He is apparently really good at finding lost objects. The office across from him is a Unizier therapist. She is kind and her presence is very calming. I think maybe she has some magic jewelry on, but she swears she doesn't. The 3rd office is vacant currently. It used to have an elf adventurer who would take paying people into the wild. Apparently there had been an accident. All I know is he had 1 less foot the last time I saw him. I have no idea how it happened. He didn't talk much about himself before, let alone after. The day starts out slowly, which is pretty usual, and steadily picks up steam. As the hours wind down, I see that I'm in the last stretch when a devilish handsome man walks in. Literally devilish. His skin tone is red and he has curled horns protruding from his skull. He is a petamondium, or petamo for short. Half demon, half human being. Well, probably not half, but has some demon blood. What can I say? I've always had a thing for bad boys and ladies. This could be why I'm single. Before I can delve into what is wrong with me, I push it down so I can continue working. Welcome. What can I do for you today? I ask. Very sheepishly, he comes up to my desk and leans forward and whispers,
I have an appointment with Harry.
And you are? I ask.
Damienio.
He replies, Of course it is. It was the #1 name for Petamo for so many years. I smile. I'll let him know, I say, pushing the button to Harry's office, which lights up a light in his room, letting him know there's someone here to see him. Harry opens the door without even inviting his client in. Damienio looks over at me. He's ready for you? I say, trying to keep the uncertainty out of my voice. Damienio heads for the open door, almost pausing to gulp before closing the door behind him. The other door opens, and Celesta Bellabethabel, we call her Belle, steps out of her office. Oh, Belle, I forgot to tell you, I have a sword pulling tomorrow 8 a.m., which means I won't be in tomorrow, and since you get in before Harry, you might be on alarm duty. That's fine, Belle says in her ethereal, soothing voice. Good luck on that sword pulling, if that is what you desire, she says, picking up her mail and walking back into her office. She even smells calming. Harry's office door swings back open.
Thank you. Let me know when you find anything. It's been missing for so long.
Damienio says as he steps out of the office with more confidence in his stride. He smiles as he walks up to my desk. I blush a bit. Well, a lot. Can't help it. It's a natural reaction. I don't have any blush-hiding ruins. Seeing me blush, his smile grows even bigger, and I don't know how, but I think I blush even more. Hope that went well, I say, completely unable to hide my nervous energy.
Now that that's taken care of, I was wondering if you'd be free for a date?
He asks. Me? Really? I mean, yes. I respond with a goofy smile on my face.
Wonderful. How about tomorrow?
Yes! I mean, I have a sword pulling tomorrow. Can we do dinner or something later in the evening? I ask, praying he'll be able to.
Oh, my sword pulling was yesterday. Who knows, maybe they'll find they're destined today.
He winks as he says destined. My nether regions twitch when he winks.
Tomorrow night, then. Where can I pick you up?
He asks. My mom's words run through my head. Don't get into strangers' cars. Meet them at a place. If you ever get in a stranger's car, I will find you and then you will wish you were dead. How about we meet at Palindrome or Pop's Diner? I ask, two of my favorite places with reasonable prices.
Oh, I love Pop's Diner. I'll meet you there at 8 p.m. Sharp.
He says with his forked tongue sliding slightly out of his mouth. With that, he steps out into the night. Oh, my many goddesses, I might have to change my panties. I squirm in my seat the remaining 30 minutes before it's time to leave. I reset the alarm using a bleach wipe to remove any salt water and press the symbols in backwards orders from this morning. When I get home, I grab a magic minute meal. I read the directions to my chicken, peas, potatoes, carrots, and brownie feast. Rip off the film. I mumble to myself. I place it into my Magi Wave and select the magic cook button. The wave moves a little bit as it comes alive with preset magic. After 1 minute, a bell goes off in my head letting me know my food is ready. The one thing I hate about Magi Waves. I grab my cell and add my date to the calendar. I squeal at the thought of a date with such a handsome guy. It's been a while since I've been on a date. What do people wear on dates nowadays? I'll figure that out later. Right now, I'm going to enjoy my dinner and watch Kayla Ballard. I love this show. The eligible guy this year is Elvin with dark hair, eyes, and skin. They are down to the last 3, and one of the girls mic'd one of the other girls' drink to make her sound like a 40-year-old news anchor. It's garbage television, and I love it. With my dinner and show now over, I know what I must do. Take a shower and shave my legs. Maybe I'll make them into a cool spiral. Maybe I'll make them into a star pattern. Ugh, I'll figure it out in the shower, I announced to my empty living room. Clean and shiny, I curl up in my bed. Today was a good day. Apparently I didn't lie to myself. I reach over for my book. It's called Normal View and is about a world without circummealy forces. It's insane. Slowly the words become blurred and I know it's time for bed. I remove my glasses and set my alarm for 7 a.m., making sad, pathetic noises as I confirm the time. Tossing and turning, I eventually fall into a dreamless sleep. The blaring horn of my alarm wakes me up. What? Where? What? I question the darkness. Realizing it's just my alarm, I muffle, "No!" into the pillow, refusing to get up as I hit the snooze button. Eventually rolling out of bed, I drag myself to my closet, grabbing clothes Mom won't make me change. If I make her late, I won't hear the end of it. I might have hit the snooze button more than once. With my now limited time, I grab a granola bar. I fill up a thermos with hot black tea with a splash of honey and milk. I'm not even going to attempt to put in my contacts, so I just grab my glasses. My phone rings on the counter. I pick it up with one hand and open the front door with the other. "Hi, Mom. I'm just leaving now," I say into the phone. I grab my purse with my phone hand and head outside. "Oh, I see you," she says in my ear. She waves from the car, and without saying goodbye, she hangs up. My mom grew up with shellins, which was a shell someone enchanted and could only call one person. Apparently, you would just put it down when you were done. At least that's my excuse for her constantly hanging up on me. Getting into the car, I see Dad was made to wear a button-up shirt. I know he hates them, but he does it to make her happy. Finishing my breakfast, I feel a punch of pressure in my uterus. Oh no, it can't be. Swear to Lord Goddess, my period has ironic powers. It can tell when it's going to be the most inconvenient and annoying time for me. I've got tampons in my bag, so I hope I get it set up before I leak. You might think it's gross, but 50% of people will have, or have had their periods in their life. Scary statistics, but it's true.
That's all you're having for breakfast?
My dad asks. So I had time for. I'll grab something when we get our break today. I respond, a bit annoyed. It is too early for this.
Well, maybe afterwards we can all go get a bite to eat.
It's more of a statement than a question. As I open my mouth to respond, my mother responds for me. She can't. She's got a date tonight with a young man named Damien. Oh, he sounds like a pedomo. Is he a pedomo? My mouth literally drops open. Mother, how do you know that? I use her full name, so she knows she's in trouble. Well, I went on your calendar to make sure the sword pulling was on there, and I saw the date, she says. You went on my password-locked calendar, I ask. Green dragon with the E's as threes and an O wine with an exclamation point at the end, she says. I know the password, mother. How do you know? I ask as the car pulls into the parking lot. You've used that password since you were a child. It was your password to your first enchanted journal, she says, looking at my face, hoping I'll forgive her. Noticing I'm unmoved by her knowledge about me, she finally admits, I'm sorry. I know I should respect your privacy, and you're an adult now, but... No buts, I say before she can finish. Walking up to the building, I turn to my mom with a quick, okay, I forgive you, because otherwise this was going to be a very long day. Wait, did she just admit to reading my journal? Oh, goody, she says with glee. So this Damiano fella, he is a pedomo, right? I nod yes. Oh, just think of how cute your babies would be with their little horns, she adds excitedly. Mom, I don't want kids. You have another daughter. Ask her for kids, I say as we step into the hall of waiting. Hours roll by for our turn to attempt to pull the sword from the stone. By the 4th hour, I venture conversation with my dad this time. Dad, how does the sword pulling work? How does it choose who's destined and who's not?
Well, according to the Alpha Mega Wizard...
See, old, an overly formal term.
Many thousands of years ago, the then Alpha Mega Wizard needed a destined one, but could not choose. So he blessed the sword and the rock to help him choose. It can tell the true nature of the people who pull it, and he was so powerful he was able to make more, hence the many sword pullings throughout the world. He says. Well, what type of spell is it? I ask, hoping to get more details. No one knows. So you're saying a wizard did a wizardy thing, and now it's magic. That's Minotaur shit, and you know it. The world has laws and physics and circumhelix. It has to be one of those, I state, a little louder than I mean to. My dad simply shrugs his shoulders. I don't even bother to ask more questions. He'll only state the same thing. I'm happy for the silence now growing in the room when I hear my name being called. About damn time! I accidentally say too loud again. My lack of food has made me hangry. Wonderful, I'll be done soon and go home to figure out what to wear on my date. I go up and follow the very, very tall man who read my name. He must have some giant in him or possibly ogre. His forehead does have a little bit of slope to it. The room is a plain, sterile-looking space, painted blah gray. One side is a wall of mirrors, two-way mirrors to be exact. Behind them, there are camera crews and TV stations hoping that they will be the first ones to announce who is destined. You can even watch it live on certain channels. Especially since the first assembly conventus can't make it to every sword pull. In the middle of the room, there's a slab of stone, in front of which is a giant rock with a ridiculous ornate sword sticking out of it. I mean, it's gold and platinum, and I think it has some diamonds on it. It would be a horribly inefficient sword.
Next up is Renabelle. Please step up to the sword.
The speaker in the room blasts out. I place my foot upon the stone and begins to vibrate in my bones. Placing my hand on the sword, I feel a cold breeze gently touch my face. That's new. I'll have something fun to talk about on my date tonight. See if he had any weird stuff happen at his pulling. I think I'm going to wear the red dress tonight. Is it rude to match his skin or a compliment? I'm going to eat so much food when I'm done with this silly ritual. Gripping the overly elaborate sword, it kind of pinches and bites into my hand. Definitely not user-friendly. The air stills as I pull and absolutely nothing happens. Just as I suspected. I smile at the reflection of myself and do the "aw shucks" movement for the cameras. Now back to getting ready for my date. The loudspeaker clicks on again. Please put 2 hands on the sword before pulling. It buzzes at me. What? Why? It's going to be the same result. 1 hand, 2 hands. If I'm destined, it should move. But it didn't, I say, arguing with the speaker who doesn't answer me. That's just plain rude. Fine, I say, losing the fight. I step on the stone again, and the vibration in my bone returns. I place both hands on the poorly designed sword. The breeze wraps around me. Is anyone else feeling a draft? Is there a window open? I ask. Once again, no response. Ignoring the absurdity of the task, I take 1 breath in, and as I breathe out, I pull very gently. I don't want to injure myself. I've heard of people dislocating their shoulders at sword pullings. With no resistance, the sword slips out of the stone. I say on live television. Who has 2 thumbs and gives great first impressions? Me!